Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there in the first place? Or maybe you've put down your glasses or the TV remote and can't remember where on earth you placed them. If you've had moments like this, you're not alone. As we get older, these little lapses can become more common, and they can feel frustrating, even worrying at times. But here's the good news. While some memory changes are a natural part of aging, there are simple, natural steps you can take to keep your mind sharp and your memory strong. And one of the most powerful tools you have is right on your plate. The foods we eat every single day can either protect our brain or, unfortunately, wear it down faster than we'd like. Think of your brain like a car engine. The better the fuel, the smoother and longer it runs. Feed it junk and over time, the performance starts to suffer. But nourish it with the right nutrients and you'll be amazed at how much clearer, sharper, and more energetic you can feel, even after 60. That's why today, we're going to talk about 7 brain-boosting foods that are proven to support memory, focus, and mental clarity. These are foods you can enjoy every day, and the best part is, they're simple, delicious, and easy to find. Let's begin with one of my personal favorites, blueberries. They may be small, but don't let their size fool you. Blueberries are often called brain berries for a reason. They're packed with antioxidants, especially flavonoids, which help reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain. Think of them as little protectors, shielding your brain cells from damage. In fact, studies have shown that seniors who eat blueberries regularly perform better on memory and learning tests. And here's something even more encouraging. You don't have to eat a mountain of them to see results. Just a handful a few times a week can make a real difference. You can toss them into your morning oatmeal, blend them into a smoothie, or simply enjoy them fresh as a snack. If blueberries are the sweet brain booster, let's balance that with something savory: walnuts. Have you ever noticed that a walnut looks like a tiny brain? That's no coincidence. Nature has a funny way of showing us what foods are good for which parts of our body. Walnuts are rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which are essential for brain health. These healthy fats help keep the connections between brain cells strong, almost like the oil that keeps a machine running smoothly. Eating just a small handful of walnuts a day has been linked to better cognitive function, sharper memory, and even slower brain aging. And the beauty of walnuts is their versatility. You can sprinkle them on a salad, mix them with yogurt, or enjoy them straight out of the bag. Of course, while blueberries and walnuts are powerful on their own, when you combine them, you get a real brain-boosting duo. Imagine a bowl of Greek yogurt topped with fresh blueberries and a sprinkle of walnuts. Not only is it delicious, but you're also giving your brain exactly what it craves to stay sharp and resilient. Another brain-friendly food that deserves a spotlight is fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, or mackerel. Now, I know not everyone is a fan of fish, but hear me out. These types of fish are among the best natural sources of DHA, a type of omega-3 that makes up a large part of our brain tissue. Think of DHA as the building block of your brain. Without enough of it, your brain cells can't communicate as efficiently, which can affect memory, mood, and focus. Eating fish just 2 to 3 times a week has been shown to lower the risk of cognitive decline. If you're not a big fan of fish, you might try it grilled with some lemon and herbs, or baked with a drizzle of olive oil for a softer flavor. And if you really can't stand fish, there are high-quality omega-3 supplements available, but whenever possible, getting it directly from food is always the best choice. It's fascinating how these foods don't just help us in the long run, but can actually give us short-term benefits too. Have you ever noticed that after eating a meal rich in healthy fats and antioxidants, you feel more alert and less sluggish? That's your brain thanking you. The fuel you give it works right away, and over time, it builds up to protect you from memory decline and fogginess. One of the most underrated brain-friendly foods is dark leafy greens, like spinach, kale, and collard greens. Now, I know greens may not be everyone's favorite, but let me share why they're so powerful for your memory. Leafy greens are packed with nutrients like vitamin K, folate, and lutein, all of which play important roles in keeping your brain cells healthy. Folate, for example, helps reduce levels of homocysteine in the blood, which in high amounts can damage brain tissue and lead to memory problems. Vitamin K is linked to better cognitive function, while lutein acts as an antioxidant, protecting the brain from wear and tear. In fact, one study found that people who ate just one serving of leafy greens a day had the brain health of someone 11 years younger. Imagine that. Just by adding a little spinach to your omelette or tossing some kale into a soup, you could help turn back the clock on your brain. If eating a plate of greens doesn't sound appealing, you can sneak them into dishes without even noticing. A handful of spinach disappears into a fruit smoothie, and chopped kale softens beautifully in a warm stew. These little additions don't feel like a big change, but your brain notices them. Now, let's talk about something you probably already love: coffee and green tea. Yes, your morning cup of coffee can actually be a brain booster. Both coffee and green tea contain caffeine, which helps improve alertness, concentration, and even mood. But beyond that, they're also rich in antioxidants. Green tea, in particular, contains a compound called L-theanine, which works with caffeine to give you calm, focused energy without the jitters. So instead of thinking of your morning brew as just a habit, see it as a little daily brain workout. Of course, moderation is important. Too much caffeine can disrupt sleep, and good sleep is critical for memory. The key is balance. 1 or 2 cups of coffee or green tea during the day is plenty to give your brain a boost without interfering with your rest at night. And here's something many people don't realize. Staying hydrated with drinks like tea also helps keep blood flowing to the brain, which supports better function overall. Here's a food that might surprise you: dark chocolate. Yes, chocolate can actually be good for your brain, as long as it's the dark kind, with at least 70% cocoa. Dark chocolate contains flavonoids, caffeine, and antioxidants that can improve memory and even stimulate the growth of new connections between brain cells. And let's be honest, eating a piece of chocolate feels like a treat, so it's one of the most enjoyable ways to nourish your brain. Researchers have found that people who eat dark chocolate regularly show better performance on memory tests and even have improved mood. That's because it helps increase blood flow to the brain, which supports sharper thinking. The trick, of course, is to enjoy it in moderation. A small square or 2 after dinner is enough to give you the benefits without overdoing the sugar. And if you pair it with a cup of green tea, you've got a brain-loving combo that also feels like a cozy ritual. We've already looked at some wonderful foods that can protect and strengthen the brain, but there are still a couple more that deserve a special mention. One of them is turmeric. You may already be familiar with it. It's that bright golden spice often used in curry dishes. But beyond its color and flavor, turmeric contains a compound called curcumin, which has powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. What makes curcumin so unique is that it can actually cross the blood-brain barrier, meaning it can directly benefit your brain cells. Studies suggest curcumin may help boost serotonin and dopamine levels, which improve mood, while also supporting memory and reducing the buildup of harmful plaques linked to Alzheimer's disease. If you've ever felt like you're forgetting things more often, or if brain fog creeps in during the day, adding turmeric to your meals could be a natural way to fight back. You don't need much. A teaspoon stirred into a soup, sprinkled over roasted vegetables, or mixed into a warm golden milk drink can do wonders. And here's a tip: pair turmeric with a little black pepper. The pepper helps your body absorb the curcumin much more effectively, making it even more powerful. Another incredible food for the brain is pumpkin seeds. They might be tiny, but they're loaded with nutrients that keep the brain functioning at its best. Pumpkin seeds are rich in magnesium, iron, zinc, and copper, 4 minerals that play vital roles in brain health. Magnesium helps with learning and memory. Zinc supports healthy nerve signaling. Iron keeps energy levels up, and copper helps with brain communication. When you put all of those together, you have a true brain-boosting powerhouse. The beauty of pumpkin seeds is how easy they are to enjoy. You can snack on them straight out of the bag, toss them onto salads, or even mix them into oatmeal. They add a nice crunch and a nutty flavor while giving your brain a nutrient boost. And because they're also high in antioxidants, they protect your brain cells from free radical damage, which is one of the main causes of cognitive decline with age. When you think about it, all of these foods, blueberries, walnuts, fatty fish, leafy greens, green tea, dark chocolate, turmeric, and pumpkin seeds, work together like a team. Each one brings something unique to the table, and together they create a powerful defense against memory loss and mental decline. The best part is, these aren't expensive, exotic superfoods. They're everyday foods that you can easily add to your meals without turning your life upside down. Imagine starting your morning with a smoothie packed with blueberries and spinach, enjoying a salmon salad with walnuts for lunch, sipping green tea in the afternoon with a square of dark chocolate, and finishing the day with a warm, turmeric-infused soup topped with pumpkin seeds. That's not just a healthy menu. It's a brain-nourishing plan that helps you feel sharper, more energized, and more confident in your memory. What's really important to remember is that it's never too late to start. Even if you've never thought much about nutrition before, making small, consistent changes now can have a huge impact on how well your brain serves you in the years ahead. Every choice you make is like a deposit into your brain's health savings account, and the returns are worth it. Of course, food is just one piece of the puzzle. Staying socially active, exercising regularly, and challenging your mind with new activities are also powerful ways to keep your brain strong. But food is the foundation. It's the fuel your brain needs every single day. When you give it the right nutrients, you give yourself the best chance to stay sharp, vibrant, and fully engaged with life. So the next time you're at the grocery store, think of it as shopping for your brain as much as for your body. Fill your cart with colors, crunch, and variety, and know that every choice you make is helping you stay connected to the memories, people, and experiences that matter most. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Taking care of your brain isn't about perfection. It's about progress. Every blueberry, every walnut, every cup of green tea is a step toward a healthier, sharper, more resilient mind. You don't need to overhaul your diet overnight. Just start where you are, make one change at a time, and let those small steps add up. If this video has inspired you, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments which of these brain-boosting foods you already enjoy, or which ones you're excited to try. Your story might inspire someone else to take that first step. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more simple, practical tips to help you live your healthiest and happiest life after 60. Here's to feeding not just your body, but your brain, so you can keep your memory strong, your mind clear, and your spirit joyful, because life is too precious to forget the moments that matter most.